touchback as that sails over the end line. On play action, Allen. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
We got 4. We got 4. Hey, alert 3.
Here's Allen. And this one complete to Smith. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
56, 56, alert! 24 is the mic. Watch the screen. Look out. 24 is the mic. All day, baby, all day. 24 is the mic.
To throw, it's Allen. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
24 is the mic. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. 24 is the mic. You scared?
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Eli Apple. Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum. You know, almost like they're saying, okay, no one expects us to win this one. Let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this time of year, it's going to be tough to take them out of it, but that's a heck of a start. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So a nice run there, and I have to think a strong running game in the playoffs, maybe even more critical than the regular season. And if you go by the numbers, the man they have running it here, he was the best in the NFL.
And since he led the league in rushing yards, I think it means he's going to see the ball a lot in this game too, because that's what they're built like. That's what they're built around. So I think the offensive line, the tight end, the wide receivers, everyone is coming together, wanting him to get the ball and get it often, and they want to carve some holes out there for him.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Second and 11. Dancing to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly. And and knocked it free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll set up to throw. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is fourth down. They'll run for it. Chubb. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Nick Chubb, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos will strike first here, this wild card matchup. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start first and 10. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. He was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
So a first and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line. Throwing now is Allen. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam coming out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
From the 41, Allen. It's caught. Here's Langford.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Allen to throw once more. Flush to his right. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 23.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Eluding the pressure right. And this is caught at the end. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Allen now looks to throw. Flushed out right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Darrell Williams, right tackle, the guilty party. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Allen going to throw. Forced out to his left. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Broncos.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
97 yards rushing for him already. A terrific first quarter here to begin the playoffs. So forget about being backed up. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way across midfield. On play action, they'll throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Jared Davis, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll set up a throw. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This is the tight end fan. Pushes him over, and he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Second down, here's Chubb again, pushing through the contact. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. Running for it, here's Chubb, and he's not even going to get past the line of scrimmage. Brought down right at the 4. The run on 4th and goal from the 4 is stopped short, and the Bills' goal line stand is going to get him the football back. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. 2nd and 6. Now Allen. Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Here's Allen to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Take it at the 37. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Oh, simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time, but you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flush to his right. He's going to look deep for more. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A huge play there for Denver.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, well, they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2 minutes to play here in this 1st half of the NFL playoffs. Second and 4. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Bills are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, They gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run. Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Allen now on first down. That'll be complete to Breida. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
46 to Mike, 46.
Throwing again on second down. Allen steps away to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Eli Apple. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Chubb will get the call running left, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Takes it at the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium, but you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Handoff comes to Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
On third down, it's Nick Chubb. Chubb will have the first down and much more. And down to the 16-yard line. 146 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Chubb. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Following the penalty, Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. DJ Moore there to make the grab. And the Broncos take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Breida. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On 2nd and 9, Allen flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. To the air, Allen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
On 2nd and 15 now. Allen. It's complete to Diggs. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1. Buying time to his left. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Marcus May with a pick. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Things just kind of continuing to unravel for him here in this second half. They take the shot downfield, but this defense, once again, up to the task.
Well, this is where you think about the old phrase, desperate times call for desperate measures, because they've got nothing on the scoreboard, and they're just trying to get something, anything to go their way. But in this case, they turn the ball over.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively, and 2nd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948. Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Back now in Buffalo. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Allen. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. Escaping the pressure right. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 38. Allen off the play fake. Being chased out left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Pat Surtain. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And again, it's Chubb.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Now that's a big pickup right there. And so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking on play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
2nd, 3rd levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. An opening for Chubb on 1st down as he dashes forward for about 7.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 21. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Touchdown, Broncos. Nick Chubb saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Broncos will extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it is 28-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's Chris Claybrooks to return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. A gain of 3, 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
The Bills on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Allen. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. Now Allen, gotta have this one. And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 37. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Clay Brooks to return it. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Saying their fans here are stunned would be an understatement. Things in this wild card round have not gone according to plan. And look at this. They come right back with a big shot downfield. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And all the way down to the 9. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Flush to his right. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here's Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged...
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen taking it in from 4 yards out, and the Bills are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round, but I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more that they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head, because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have bucked the trend so far. Sterling performance to this point, on the road no less in the wild card round, and they look to finish things off here in this fourth quarter. Second down, here's Chubb again. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Well, he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
Well, 1 win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Buffalo.